Hi guys! Today we are doing a standing balance workout, a level 3 one, so get ready. And I'm going to incorporate the magic circle or the ring, but you can absolutely enjoy this and be challenged by it without the ring. I just want to give everybody, if you have it at home, I want to give you the opportunity to use it. And yeah, we're gonna push ourselves to find our center over our feet, to eliminate those small micro movements and corrections in our, within our big movements, and hopefully we'll end up feeling very, centered and solid at the end of this short class. So, on your mat with your feet in a little bit of a V, and just look down and see how that V organizes itself. It's one foot a little more in a V, or less, a little more turned out, and just see if you can bring some symmetry into that. Have a little presence in the heels as well as the balls of the feet, a little presence on the outer edge of the foot with some lightness in your arch, if you can visualize that. And then from there, just drop nice and tall through your spine. And it's always nice to take a moment just to feel where we are, before we begin. So take a beautiful breath in through the nose and out through a little bit of pursed lips. And already, if you've done any videos before, you know what I'm going to say. Let's take that opportunity to already feel the activation in our center. So as you breathe in, feel a little bit of relaxation in the belly, feel the drop of the pelvic floor, this idea of expanding throughout the body as we breathe in, including, of course, the low ribs. And as you breathe out, you initiate with that lift of the pelvic floor, the slight drawing in of the deep belly, little narrowing of the ribs, and this feeling that, oh yeah, that's connected to your breath and it's going to help you, right? Okay. Perfect. On your next breath in, a little bend of the knees, and on your out breath, coming up to balance on the toes. So nice breath in and out. Keeping a nice vertical spine, so right over your feet as you plie, and over, even weight over the knuckles of the feet as you raise onto the balls of the feet. If you have the circle, we're going to use it. And if you don't, you can do exactly what we're doing with the circle, just with the arms shoulder width apart. So we're going to have that circle out in front with a nice breath in. It stays there. And as you come up to raise the heels, raise the arms overhead, keeping the elbows nice and straight. And that's your challenge today. It's my challenge too. I always want to let one of them bend, or sometimes both. So I'm really going to focus on that organization in my shoulders, my shoulder blades, as I try to keep those elbows straight and getting the movement from the shoulders. See if you can keep the low ribs held back if you're tight in the shoulders. Sometimes the tendency is that you come up onto the balls of the feet, and as you raise the arms overhead, you thrust the ribs forward. But you'd really like to keep that nice neutral spine. So it's plie and heel raise, arm raise. And we're going to do 6 more. Well, counting that last one, so 5. And I want you to think about your head and neck placement too, because this is just our warm-up. Breath in, keep the broadness between the shoulder blades. Feel the low belly draw in as you come up to that heel raise. Good. And we'll hold this one up with the elbows nice and straight. And I want you to keep the heels together. If they're not together, wiggle so they are. And then we'll bend the knees here and reach it back up. Bend the knees here and reach it back up. So you have even weight across the knuckles. Good work in the hips. That's important for balance. A nice vertical spine. Good breath activity. Straight elbows. I gotta work harder on that. For 3. For 2, how do those legs feel? Nice, eh? Good. And lower the heels, float the arms down, nod the chin and go right into a roll down just to feel good in the spine. The arms are just relaxed. One bone of the back at a time. At the bottom, imagine you're reaching the top of your head through the magic circle. And then restacking with strength. Draw in with the deep belly. A little squeeze of the bum. Restacking. Head comes up last. Arms come overhead. All ready for a little balance challenge. We're going to raise up and just hover the heels, just a tiny bit. Lower the ring, nod the chin, and do your roll down in that little heel raise. And just notice, ooh, how does that feel compared to when you had your heels down? All right? Where do you need a little bit more support? Exhaling to restack. Ooh, lots of wobbles there. Good, arms overhead. Sink the heels just for a minute. Raise them again, and one last roll down where you're finding your organization over the knuckles of the feet, keeping the heels pressed together, keeping the heels slightly raised, and thinking about that length in the spine as you roll down. Nice breath in at the bottom. Restacking. Lovely. Arms overhead. And sink the heels and just press the arms back with those straight elbows. Press the arms back behind you just a little more. For 3, for 2, for 1. Because that feels good in the shoulders. And release it down. Good. So a little bit of balance. You're going to need the whole length of your mat because we're going to do a step back. We're going to do a lunge back. We're going to come to our balance. That balance is going to involve a heel raise and then a sink of the heel, and then a lunge forward, and find your balance as you come back with a heel raise, and repeat. So with the ring, we're just going to use that as to help us organize in that upper body. If you don't have the ring, you just move the arms as we're doing with the ring. Let's do the left leg first. So weight onto the left leg, be nice and tall through that left side. And let's actually start with the leg coming to tabletop. Bring the arms overhead with the elbows nice and straight. Heel raise. And lower the heel, reach that leg back. Lower the arms. And keep the knee nicely over the foot in this moment. Right? Good. Come back to balance. Tabletop with the leg. Arms overhead, heel raise. And step it forward, lowering the arms and getting that knee organized over the foot. This is the hard one for me, to find my balance when I come back. I often need to tap the toe, but get yourself organized. Heel raise. Leg moves back, comes forward. Arms overhead, heel raise. Good. Step it forward, lower the arms. Step it back. Ooh, find the balance. Heel raise. If it's too much to add the heel raise, you can always do this without. Reach it back, come to balance in tabletop, add the arms, do the heel raise, only if you're feeling it. Step it forward. Find the balance as you come back. Ooh, we're warming up, we're getting better. Heel raise. Down, reach it back. Come forward, leg in tabletop, heel raise. Step it forward. You're looking to keep the center of you over the center of the mat. Even weight across the knuckles of the feet as you do the heel raise. Neutral spine. Heel raise. Step it forward. Come back. Oop. Heel raise. Reach it back. This is the last one on this leg. Reach it back. Come to tabletop. Arms overhead. Heel raise if you wish. Step it forward. Bring it back. Find your balance here with the arms overhead. Bring the leg, instead of tabletop, bring that foot to the inside of the knee. Keep the hips square as you open the knee out to the side and bring it back in. Open the knee out to the side and bring it back in. Good. For 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. And release it down. Release the arms down. Little shoulder shrug. Walk it out through the feet if you need to. And we're gonna do that all with the right leg. So wade into your right leg when you're ready, nice and tall through that right side. If you have the ring, if you don't, arms are shoulder width apart, you're broad in your chest. Let's start with tabletop, leg and tabletop. Arms overhead, elbows are straight, heel raise. Lower the heel softly, reach the leg back, and find a solid point. Come forward into tabletop, heel raise, lower, step it forward. Oh, come back, find the balance. Good, heel raise. Reach the leg back. Come forward. Tabletop with the leg, heel raise if you want. Step it forward. Reach it back. To tabletop, heel raise. How's your neutral spine? Right? Do you feel the rib cage over the pelvis, over the foot, especially as you recenter with the leg and tabletop? Good. Oh, that's getting a little better. Heel raise. Reach it back. Forward to tabletop. Arms overhead, elbows straight. Ribs held back. Yes. Reach it forward. Balance back. Oh, that was a good one. Heel raise. Reach it back. This is our final one. Forward to tabletop, arms overhead, heel raise if you wish. Reach it forward. Come back. Instead of tabletop, move that foot to be at the inside of the knee. And with a beautiful neutral spine and still pelvis, knee goes out to the side, pulls back in. Out to the side, pulls back in. Out to the side, pulls back in. For 3, for 2, awesome. For 1, beautiful. Release that leg, float the arms down, nod the chin, and just enjoy another roll down after that. Nice breath in and out breath to restack. Good. Perfect. Now you don't need your ring for the rest, or for this next bit. You can set it off to the side. If you really wish, I encourage you not to because you're level 3. But if you need to, you can have a wall or a chair for balance because we're going to be tipping to the side with this next little bit. And we're going to hold it and do some leg movement. So if you find that maybe you're a little weak in the hip or you have an old hip injury or you just find it hard to be in our side tipped position, then you could have something just there, so that you can still enjoy and challenge your balance, but not feel like you're gonna fall all over. So, with a little turnout at the feet, have the feet in that little V. Good. Arms nicely out to the side. Put your weight into the left leg. A little softness in that knee you can have, and the right leg is going to go directly out to the side, and it's like our seesaw. So as much as the leg goes up, your upper body is going to tip, 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 tip to that side. So maybe you stop here. Or let's challenge that hip flexibility. Let's try to get that leg up, right? Reaching that arm out. Beautiful. The other arm can be on the hip. When we're here, we're going to try to hold it, and we're going to bend the knee, and we're going to straighten it back out. We're going to bend the knee and straighten it back out because you can do this. Beautiful. We're going to try 3 more. 2, 1. Hold it here. Bring it down. Reach the leg behind you just for a balance. Come back into the center. And we'll do that side again. So a little tip to the side, little seesaw. The hip is your pivot. Softness in the leg you're standing on. Relax toes if you can. And just bend the knee and straighten it back out. Bend and straighten it back out. So we're getting some good hip work as well as some great balance. Can we do 3 more? Oh, threw myself off. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Lower it down with control. And then instead of reaching, actually let's reach behind again. Just reach that leg back just for a balance. Come back to upright. And then take that leg that was in the air, Place that ankle on the knee and then sit back with the hips. Oh, that's nice. And here, if you prefer, instead of the balance, you could, again, have that chair or the wall so you can get the stretch. But more it's that if you have your neutral spine, you can sit back with the hips and really feel that nice stretch in the right leg that is crossed on the left thigh. Let's do 3 more breaths. Just holding a nice balance and appreciating the stretch and not thinking about the other side that we have to do. Last one. A little deeper on your exhale and then come up. Release that leg. And then we have to do the other side. So we have our feet in our little V, our neutral spine, we're getting our organized, and then place your weight into the right leg this time. You can have the knee a little bit soft. It's not actively bent, but it doesn't have to be locked straight. And then left leg is going to raise up to the side as the body tips to the right. And just go as far as your hips let you, right? But at the same time, challenging yourself. So you're here, and you're going to bend the knee and straighten it back out. Bend the knee and straighten it back out. Bend the knee, straighten it back out. For 3 more. 2. Yeah. 1. Oops. Awesome. And hinge it up with control. That part's important too. Then reach back with the leg just for a little balance. A little release, but still working. Come back up to nice and vertical, and we'll do 1 more time. It's always nice to do it the second time. Sometimes it's better, right? I hope mine is anyway. Raise the leg. Right? Reach the arm to the side. The other arm's on the hip. At least I like it there, just to keep that pelvis nice and still. And then when you're ready, bend the knee and straighten it back out. Because that's 6. That's 5. That's 4. That's 3. That's 2. That's 1. Of course you're smiling, I know it. Lift the leg a tiny bit higher. Release it down. And and we'll reach it behind. We did that on the other side. Come back up and then take that leg. Bring the ankle on top of the right knee or thigh, lower thigh, and then sit back with the hips. Keep your neutral spine, this nice balance as you enjoy a stretch in the left hip, the leg you just worked. And as you exhale, it's always nice to go a little deeper into the stretch if you can, keeping that left knee pressed out to the side. And press it up, release. Bring the feet together and just have a look at them. See if they're together. Are they parallel? Do the big toes touch? Are the toes nice and spread? Take a nice breath in, raise the arms overhead. Float them down nice and deliberately. And then just take a moment to stand and close your eyes. And see if you feel very solid with your eyes closed and standing today. It can vary, quite a bit day to day. See if you can relax the soles of the feet a little more. If you have presence or a little bit of contact, in the outer border of the foot, do you still have that lightness in the arches? And then how's your breath? All that concentrating, maybe you got into a shallow breathing pattern, so before you're done, just see if you can bring that air deep into the lower lobes of the lungs, get that movement of the low ribs. So you can get some great air exchange and a lot of energy for the day. When you're ready, open your eyes, and there you go. Thanks for joining. I hope you have a wonderful day and you feel balanced. I'll see you next time when you repeat this video. Ciao.